identity and mission.
Well, MyIoTA stands for the Malaysia Internet of Things Association, of course.
Right.
But the choice of the acronym IOTA, interesting.
It's not just a random bunch of letters, is it?
I don't think so.
There's got to be a deeper meaning there.
The word iota has a few different layers of meaning, and they all seem relevant to MyIoTA's purpose.
Like what?
Well, in English, iota means something very small or insignificant.
So are they saying their contribution is small?
I don't think so.
That doesn't really fit with their ambitious activities and global reach.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
I think choosing iota is more about acknowledging how interconnected the IoT ecosystem is.
Okay.
Each member, each project, each initiative might seem like a small piece of the puzzle,
Right.
but together they contribute to something much bigger.
It's like the butterfly effect.
Exactly.
Small actions can lead to big changes.
Precisely. And this aligns perfectly with their focus on collaboration, networking, and bringing together all these different players in the IoT space.
Right. They understand that no one can achieve real change alone.
Exactly. It takes a collective effort, with everyone contributing their own iota
I like that.
of expertise, resources, and innovation.
So while the name MyIoTA might seem simple, it actually reflects a deep understanding of how collaboration drives the IoT.
Thanks, you.
And their role in fostering that interconnectedness.
And that interconnectedness isn't limited to Malaysia either.
Right.
Their work with international organizations like GSMA and their outreach to IoT associations in other countries shows they get that IoT is a global phenomenon.
They're not just building a Malaysian IoT ecosystem.
Right.
They're contributing to a global network of innovators, collaborators, and thought leaders
who are shaping the future of this technology.
And that global perspective is crucial for Malaysia.
It is.
To stay competitive in the rapidly evolving tech world.
By connecting with international players, MyIoTA can bring in new knowledge, attract investment, and open doors for their members to access a wider market.
It's a win-win for both MyIoTA and the Malaysian IoT sector as a whole.
Absolutely.
So from humble
Okay, very good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. My name is John Tay from the Malaysia IoT Association. It's very good. Thanks, James, for the wonderful video. Distinguished members, speakers, industry leaders, and IoT ecosystem partners. Today's session, Natalia and I will be your moderator. Thank you everyone for joining us from across the globe. It's great and honor to welcome you to the International IoT for You webinar, where we bring together experts, innovators, and organizations dedicated to advancing the Internet of Things around the region. Today, I have the privilege of introducing two distinguished organizations driving IoT transformation in respective region, Malaysia IoT Association and IOTAS Russia. Malaysia IoT Association's Malaysia Internet of Things Association is a dynamic industry-driven organization committed to accelerating IoT adoption and innovation in Malaysia and beyond. Since its inception in 2016, I think similar to IOTA Russia, has played a pivotal role in fostering collaboration among industry players, government agencies, and academia to create a thriving IoT ecosystem. Our mission is to promote IoT awareness, drive policy advocacy, and support industry players in the navigating challenges and opportunities in IoT deployment, from smart agriculture, smart manufacturing, to smart cities and others. Malaysia IoT Association is at the forefront of a connected future through knowledge sharing, strategic partnerships, and regulatory engagement with various stakeholders. With that, I'd like to invite Andre for the welcome remarks. Yeah.
Thank you, John. Nice introduction, nice video. Now I understand that I have to do the same job, make a video for the IoT Association. So to cover the power of our organization. So IoT Russia, IOTAS Russia, IOTAS stands for IoT Association, is the Internet of Things leading voice for the IoT development across Russia and the region. We strongly focus on the digital transformation. We work closely with enterprises, businesses, manufacturers, agriculture, and startups and policymakers to create enabling environment for IoT growth. So our main target is basically to promote the IoT in Russia and make it work. To be sure, we are the expert community covering all the layers of the IoT environment. The association actively supports industry standards. We promote research and development. We work closely with universities. I'll cover it in my presentation later. And also we facilitate a cross-sector collaboration to ensure that business and society can fully leverage of the potential of the IoT technologies. These days, we also focus on AI. Well, actually, we just started. So by bridging the gap between industry and government, we are very instrumental in shaping the regulatory framework and market landscape for IoT adoption. Thank you. That was my short intro. John, back to you.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite James Lai, founder and chairman of MyIoTA, for the opening remarks, followed by Andre. Yeah. Over to you, James. James.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon for those dialing in from Malaysia, and good morning to those dialing in from Russia. My name is James Lai. I'm actually the chairman for Malaysia IoT Association. So, John, can you bring up the slides?
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
So basically, Malaysia IoT Association, we are co-hosting this event with IOTAS. It's a great pleasure to collaborate with IOTAS for this event. So we are a Malaysia-based IoT association, and I think we are one of the largest association for IoT in Malaysia. We actually founded way back in 2016. Okay, let's wait for the slides to turn up. 2016. So basically, we consist of the whole entire value chain coming from semiconductors, sensors, 5G connectivity, cloud, cybersecurity, software, hardware, R&D, and so forth. So you can find more about us from our website, www.my-iot.org. So as we know, one of the global research bodies actually came up with this data showing that by 2025, there will be 75 billion connected devices worldwide. So IoT will actually play a very important part, especially in the era of AI coming up. Can we go to the next slide, John? Okay, so we work actually with global organizations, all right, around the world, such as Roland Berger, A.T. Kearney, Gartner, and IDC. Next. So this is actually showing our involvement. So throughout Malaysia's digital economy journey, so we're actually in a lot of the government working group blueprint, right? Namely, we were involved in the Internet of Things strategic roadmap, in the 5G task force, in the industry forward national policy, and so forth. So at the moment, we have about 150 members. So these are our members. They are coming from A to Z of the whole ecosystem, not only in Malaysia, but also globally. So for those who are interested to join us in our journey, feel free to go to our website to learn more. In terms of where IoT is in a particular segment, later on, one of our presenters, Dr. Yong, will cover more on the IoT ecosystem. So we actually broke the ecosystem into horizontals and verticals. So this is how we see the IoT sector in Malaysia and also globally. Next. So as part of our initiatives, through the different vertical for FY 2025, we're actually setting up 3 major verticals. One is focusing on smart cities and infrastructure. Another vertical is focusing on food security and agriculture. And the last one is focusing on smart manufacturing in Industry 4.0, focusing on 5G, AI, and IoT integration. So later on, we actually have members coming from MyIoTA. We'll actually cover all these different segments. So we do a lot of activities, webinars, events, trade shows, exhibition. So you can find more on the activities from the link below. Okay, so with that, I'll pass the floor back to John. We go to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, James. Next, I'd like to pass the mic to Andre. The floor is yours, yeah?
Yeah, okay. Give me the screen.
Okay, hold on, let me unshare this. Okay, try it, yeah.
Okay. Let me go full screen. Okay, here's our presentation, short pitch to show you, to demonstrate what we do. Okay, so who we are. We founded in 2016 by the Internet Initiative Development Fund and Bauman Moscow State Technical University. These are 2 parents of the association. The first one is actually involved in financing and into startups, technology startups, and the second one is a leading technical university in Russia, covering all the technology aspects from mechanics to AI, basically. And the story began with a working group at this early days when there was really unclear. There was a lot of hype about the IoT, but very few people understood what it is, how technology works, what standards will dominate, etc. So we founded this association by basically involving all this work group people from different areas of the interest. Mostly it was the telecom operators, mobile telecom operators, who was like, okay, we have this technology, how we can do business with this technology. We are supported, actually not supported. We have a partnership agreement with Ministry of Industry and Trade. This ministry is in charge of basically all the manufacturing in Russia, covering all sectors of factories and all other things. Also, we have of course, we have leading technical companies and leading technical universities. We are NGO, we are a non-governmental organization, and our stakeholders, it's a classical model. We have technology, we have academia, we have community as experts, and we have a government as a part of to cover the parts which are necessary for government to observe and be part of. Okay. We have IoT developers. Actually, our strongest position is that we are very technically oriented. So probably more than 50% of our focus is in the technology. Okay. We have leading Russian telecom operators and integrators, basically the companies who's implementing things on a factory floor, in the fields, in the cities, etc. Industrial automation leaders, as I said, manufacturing is a big part of our efforts, and academia and consulting companies who's helping us in statistics, in laboratories, etc. So our mission is to drive IoT growth in Russia through collaboration, standard, and policy shaping. It's a very classical schema for the NGO, for the technology NGO. So what we do? We foster development of IoT and industrial IoT solutions, sensors, controllers, predictive analytics, and also artificial intelligence. Promote telecom infrastructure for IoT. This is focused on our telecom partners and platforms. Standards is one of the big part. We've helped with the 3 standards adoption. One of them being the LoRaWAN technology, because the standardization works in Russia. We basically have to adapt it to the Russian conditions. So we do the digital transformation in vertical markets such as smart cities, industrial applications, agri-tech, and other vertical industries. Natalia will cover this in her presentation. We connect business, government, and academia for policy making. We drive international partnership with IoT leaders such as MyIoTA. That's what we do right now. So our key focus areas are industrial IoT and manufacturing. It's energy generation, delivery, consumption. It's mining, oil, gas, all kind of manufacturing. We've also helping with municipal IoT solutions, so logistics and transportation, utilities, construction, smart municipal buildings. We have a bunch of guys who developed the platforms. It's no low-code platforms. It's cloud or on-premise solutions. We help with integration and do the digital agriculture. We'll cover it later. And also work with technical universities. This is, again. So we're not as large as you guys, but we have our 55 members who are basically representing the cloud or on-premise platforms, telecom infrastructure, hardware developers, industrial cybersecurity, machine learning, and AI research centers. And when people ask why join IOTAS, we say, well, around us there are 2,500 IoT experts. It's probably the most technical community in Russia with a practical experience on the ground doing things. Also, we say, okay, we have research and development in our university, so if you need to develop some prototype, you're welcome. As I said, we adopt the national and international IoT standards, and also we participate in top industrial events. If we have time, I'll cover it also. So basically, with my short pitch, you can see our things on IOTAS.ru, or we have a big community in our Telegram channel. Telegram is the most popular messenger in Russia. So anyone can subscribe and enjoy our broadcast and news and analytics, etc. I'm done. John, back to you.
Thank you very much, Andre, for the insightful sharing of the Russian of IOTAS Russia. What you all do and so on. Thank you. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Yong from MIMOS to do her presentation. Doctor, can you share your slide? Yeah.
Good afternoon. Is my slide viewable? Or is coming up?
Hold on. You're at the last slide. Go up to the front or the first slide. Okay. Yeah. Go up to the first slide. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Floor is yours.
Thank you, John. Thank you, MyIoTA, and also our counterpart from Russia. Basically, today, what I would like to share is basically we instead of later the team member will delve more in depth about the IoT in more technical or in more solution based. Perhaps my stand or my purpose for today is just to share with you with the local Malaysian partners and also the non-Malaysia partner how Malaysia start with IoT and where we are now and then where we can go after today. Okay, so my name is Yong Suwai. Basically, I'm attached to MIMOS, and currently I'm the Deputy Secretary for MyIoTA. Okay, and then perhaps just this very short intro about MIMOS. Basically, MIMOS is a Malaysia government-owned agency, which is we are the National R&D Center with the vision to help the local industry, the local players to be more competitive, to be part of the global supply chain. Okay, so our R&D or MIMOS basically focus in the ICT, in the E&E, and also the semicon space. So basically, this is what is a very short brief about MIMOS, perhaps with which I attach to. Let me begin with what the core session of today. The first place, why IoT is giving is a rising a technology that disrupt and also is a strategic enabler for other to work with other technologies to address. Okay, firstly, we go back to the basic of the human needs. Basically, human needs is because of the interwoven of the chain of needs. When a person if we recall that the hierarchical of Maslow needs, basically when a person connect or when a person interact with the world, basically all the needs that a person is arising, they needs basically is not linear, and whatever one needs is being fulfilled, basically is will trigger to the next it will trigger to the next level of the needs or to the requirement that he or she want to achieve. Okay, so in this picture or in this diagram, basically it's giving you a snapshot when a person that he live in a house, basically when a person live in a house, basically he will need to fulfill like the food, the educations, the mobility, and healthcare. Then it will trigger, it will interact with the healthcare. When it interact with healthcare, basically it might be triggered to others. It might the needs of the healthcare basically trigger the next level, or which is a distant needs that the individual need to be fulfilled, perhaps the pharmaceutical, the environment. So with this kind of interaction, interdependence of needs that give rise that to give the opportunity for the technologies company to see how can I how a company can leverage on a technology that to fulfill the individuals with those multi-prong or multi-facets kind of needs. So with that, this is the a common component of IoT. When there is a presence of devices, when the device is connected, basically you need to have a gateway, and then with that, we need a network to communicate the data to a local, to a centralized or at the edge to do processing, and then compounded with the needs of other data, and then with that, then apply with the applications. With all this flow of the information from devices to apps, basically is every step that the data is being collected, it basically aggregate to build value. When a value is being built, you need to realize the value from the app. When an individual use the application, basically he or she will need the technology to help them to realize what are the values what are the needs that the individual require the technology to fulfill. Perhaps he or she might need, or I need I need a personal care. So how the IoT or how the technology is able to aggregate all the to share all the data across various touch points, and then to be delivered to address the healthcare needs of the individual. With all the interplays of the technology, all these have to be encapsulated and has to be protected under the cyber security. So with this, basically, hopefully they're able to outline that what is IoT, how is IoT, why IoT is important. Basically, is able to aggregate all those valuable information to build the value. Subsequently, able to deliver the value as per what the individual required. Okay, so in Malaysia, we start our IoT journeys back then in 2015 with the development or with the launch of the National IoT Strategic Roadmap. In this stretch from 2015 to 2024, this slide basically to outline, to demonstrate, to highlight that along when the National IoT Roadmap was built, basically along the way, the country of Malaysia also developed a variety of industry-related roadmap that outlined or highlighted that the importance of IoT in addressing respective economic sector, okay, which subsequently to create a very supportive and conducive environment for IoT to proliferate and also to be institutionalized to help the industry to leapfrog from from a business as usual to a more advanced stage. So this slide basically is just to outline, to highlight that the significance of the IoT in the global and in the regional space, and also in Malaysia. If you have seen that in 2023, this is the marker for IoT, the milestone of the IoT in 2023. But if you look in the more futuristic portion, IoT space basically is growth tremendously every year. From a global, basically you have a double-digit kind of growth, 24.3 compounded annual growth rate. So it's from half a billion. When in 2032, basically is anticipated will reach 4 trillion kind of market size. For Malaysia, currently is, in last year or in 2023, basically is recorded is 1.18 billion USD, but it will have a 14 of approximately about 15% growth, which you might reach in 2032. All this basically is give a scenario that there is a lot of the space of IoT, be it in Malaysia or be it in Asia Pacific. There is a lot of opportunity that the industry players can leverage, and then that they can a lot of innovation space or innovations opportunity for the IoT players to offer to the industry. So in that, I mean, in more detail down the for Malaysia, basically, in Malaysia, basically, if you see in these slides, demonstrate that these are the two main sectors that really are embracing IoT, basically automotive and manufacturing. If you have recalled the earlier two slides, basically these two economic sector in Malaysia basically have substantial or have a very a substantial policy that support. We have our new industry master plan developed by our international trade the ministry, and also there is an automotive policy. So all this policy basically is catalyst or it stimulates the market needs about IoT, and also emphasize the IoT, the importance of IoT to help the industry to evolve from a current state to a more advanced to the next advanced stage. Okay, this is basically my last basically in here demonstrate that IoT is a very it is a horizontal enabler to able to support a wide range of industry evolution. Okay, so if you see from the energy sector is help, they will deploy, or the industry will able leverage on the IoT technologies to work to get their streets life smarter. It can be like able to adopt adaptive kind of environment awareness to like, instead of currently it's time based. So with IoT, it can make the light on and off according to the actual environment. Okay, and mobility basically is all those mobile all those automotive they can leverage on the IoT devices, able to help the insurance company to offer on-demand insurance that able to according to the driver behavior, and at certain especially on others on the wide range of industry segment. Okay, especially the manufacturers that with the IoT, then the manufacturer able to adopt a flexible or very lean operations. They're able to, instead of like current operation, this is very much on the on a very structured way of operations. It can, with the IoT, with the aggregated of the data that were from variety in the multi point of interaction, then the factories or the enterprise can operate their office or operate their business based on demand. Okay, so all in all, these are all the it is not the comprehensive use cases, but definitely later my other colleagues will be able to touch base or able to illustrate more in depth how the IoT able to IOTAS the respective industry. So with that, I thank you for your attention. So I pass back to John.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yong, for the insightful information or sharing of the IoT impact and significance of Malaysian landscape, especially you mentioned about automotive and manufacturing, IoT. So next, our speakers, I would like to invite Natalia, who has been helping me the last couple of weeks preparing everything, and everyone from the IOTAS as well. There's a lot of work behind it. Thank you, Natalia. And the floor is yours, Natalia.
Thank you very much, John. My name is Natalia Filina. I'm a manager of special project and partnership initiatives in IoT Association in Russia. Very nice to meet all of you, and very nice first step to our common efforts to drive IoT markets in our countries. So let me show. Let me put on the screen my presentation, and so can you see it now?
Yes.
Yes, great.
Go to the yeah, okay.
Yes, it's my first slide. I'm very happy to take care about this part of our presentation. I will tell you shortly about Russia IoT market, and I will give you our forecast, and I hope it will be interesting and very helpful for our continuation of our talkings and our work together. On this slide, you may see the numbers, and the numbers will be shown in rubles, but I may start with some short explanation that so we have a looks like very positive picture now of our IoT economy and IoT market. The Russian IoT market was valued at approximately, if counted it in USD, for example, approximately 70 billion USD, and projected to grow at annual growth rate about 11-12%, and reaching around 33 billion of USD, if we will count it as USD, to 2029. So you can see that there are about 100 million IoT devices, excluding wearables like smartwatches and some health and fitness trackers, etc. I told you about our growth rate, and you may see the numbers and the cost and revenues of our industrial IoT platform license. And of course, M2M connection on our market is a dominanta. And so reminds the dominant connectivity method with about 50 million connection in 2024. And you may see that IoT platform license estimated at almost 30 billion rubles, and we may calculate it in USD later.
Well, yeah, it's 1 billion. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, $1 billion.
Thank you very much, Andrei. So I tried to calculate it before our meeting. And, you know, we have a very positive showcases when our project implementation time to time might be a few hours, a few days. So we are working so fast and quickly because I would love to thank a lot Dr. Yang Xiwei for the presentation. It's very interesting, and we saw that the individual in the middle, in the center of our markets. The same here, and that's why we are working faster and more efficient now. So go to the next slide, and I would love to show you our key industry verticals, because I think maybe for the future, our meeting and discussion, we may look attentively at our difference in our matrix, how we can divide our industry. It's interesting because it's different approaches. So we look at our market and look at the sector like industrial sector and transport and logistic, healthcare, smart city and smart homes, houses, agriculture, retail, vintage. And I think we may understand that time to time we may complete and may look together in public utilities vertical and smart cities and smart homes. And you may see that we have almost the same rate in our structure of different parts, but public utilities growing as well, and we are waiting for the same picture for the future years. I think I may say about vintage and retail and transport maybe will show us the same growth and the same rate. I'm going to the next slide, and so it's interesting to see which verticals has which key drivers for the growth. Of course, I may say that governmental initiatives play a main role here because Russian government support for digital transformation and smart cities, smart homes project, and has been pivotal in promoting IoT adoption. And smart cities, smart homes. So key drivers are standardization of smart homes, and we have a lot of convergent solutions, successful stories, and cross-selling help us a lot. Of course, it is about, I think it's about each part of our industries matrix. It's about high-level demand of increasing the comfort and safety level of here residents about smart cities, but for each sector, it's a high-level demand of individuals, because now we in Russia, despite the fact we face this challenging time, we are living in market of customer. So this is a great story for our IoT market, and it is a key driver too. Transport and logistics, so large-scale construction of new roads and monitoring of fleet, staff, routing, cargo, development of car-sharing services. We have now a lot of services here, and resource supply and public utilities. So it's a big part of our market. Key drivers are legislation requirements, and digital transformation of this area of our economy, and combating resources losses. Of course, it's very important for us, and optimizing financial streams. And we, with IoT Association members, all the time participating in different forums and conferences, and may see the pulse of this market, and how much solution may be suggested for the customers and for consumers. So I talked about transport. I come to retail. It's consumer behavior monitoring, of course, security, developing of ecosystem solution for consumers, because now we in Russia love to have everything in one, not only in our devices, but on app. And our fintech companies showing and giving us a lot of solution for this. End-to-end management for retail too. So fintech, as I told, this is a big part of our IoT market, and key drivers with, of course, legislation requirements, deployment and e-commerce, and we have now a government initiative like a Honest Mark. It is a state product labeling and tracking program about quality of products from the first stage to the retail part of delivering to consumers and clients. So, of course, we have some challenging, and I will come to this issue then, import substitution, and fintech as a key driver face a bio-acquiring too. So medicine, agriculture, and others. We decided to count it in one block, even if agriculture for our big country is very important part of the market and IoT market too. And of course, so we can see in general in our market and inside of our association, a lot of companies who provide a solution, who deploy and build a platforms and to produce devices. Of course, this industry part needs to increase crops and control resources, cargo and storage tracking, and safety of food, cost reduction, and of course, it is a key driver that this sector of economy needs to hire more qualified staff. And that's why IoT solution may help a lot to reduce cost and give a bigger salary for people. So I put some minor, additional to this slide. Do it for yourself. It is a very interesting private hobby for many, many Russian, and in almost in each, I think, in each family, maybe in each village, we have this handmade IoT, and Andrei Kolesnikov may tell a lot about it later. Of course, we may tell about key challenges we face for development and growing of our IoT market. That is data security. And on this slide, you can see the Microsoft statistic about global key challenges for IoT, and we may compare it. And we may say that almost each country and each global market have the same challenges. So data security, technological dependencies, and needs to get faster skilled professional, because we may tell about lack of skilled professional in IoT industry and big data analytics too. Of course, it is a standardization. It is somehow, some kind of showstopper for our industry, and we may say about the lack of unified standards. I may say about investment cost. High initial investment for IoT infrastructure can be a barrier for some organization, because we are telling not about big company. We are telling and would love to see developing and growing of small, medium businesses too. But you may see that growth drivers for IoT and industrial IoT sector of Russian economy, so rapid development of domestic IoT solution, increasing adoption, government support. We have now very strong and great support from government. Projected market size, so will be growing, and we will check our forecast till 2030, when we will meet together again. I think not maybe sooner, but in 2032. Expansion of connected devices, advancement of 5G and LP1 networks. I may add here, and low orbit satellites. Two, national digital economy initiatives and participation of major IT and fintech company, in which our association have a very good relation, and we help each other to understand what is happening in our market. What I can say now, so Andrei put a kitty on the slide, I put a fox on the slide. I think I may do this, and so I may say that Russian IoT market are on a robust growth trajectory, and of course supported by government, by technological advancement and strategic initiatives. It's very important for us. And all our challenging and problems we may solve step by step, and we are, as a community, very united in Russia and working together to fill gaps and to find together solution. I may say that all of these numbers was prepared. It was a big research, was prepared by IOTAS, our association, and our agency on site. Thanks a lot for this work. And if you have some question to us about these numbers and would love to have more details, you may address the question to me, and I will address the question to our agency. Thank you very much for your attention, and I give the floor back to you, John, I think.
Thank you, Natalia. I like the fox. I think fox is a very smart animal, and good luck in Japan, in Japanese culture, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, thanks for
I will
sharing.
know. Thank you very much.
Thanks for sharing the Russia IoT landscape market and the various verticals and key drivers. And I kind of like the hobby and the DIY IoT. I think will be a very good start for the ecosystem, especially like universities, or start them young, in terms of DIY IoT. I think that will help building talents in the market later on. Okay, I think the next one, so you will help me also later on with introducing some of the speakers. So the next speakers, our next speaker is from Malaysia. I'd like to invite Dr. Maslan. Dr. Maslan, the floor is yours. Could you share your slides? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, James. Welcome all and very good afternoon. My name is Maslan Abbas. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Favorite. We like to share with you our company's vision and how we like to work together with all the partners from Malaysia and also from Russia. The idea for us when we started off our journey is since also 2017, maybe after 2016, which all the association have been set up, is also to IOTAS organizations in a way that they must implement smart solutions using IoT. So that's where our journey starts, because we also understand that in Malaysia, for example, in the early days, we face a lot of issues. There are not many trained IoT professionals out there. There's a lot of high complexity in terms of how to build the solution itself. There's no relevant IoT solutions locally, and a lot of issues concerned about SMB in terms of cost and how to scale it up. So with that, we feel that there must be a better way of how to help the industry here in Malaysia. So we build our own internal platform. I think Russia have also shown the IoT platforms. We do have our own platform, but it is a very developer-friendly platform. We allow developers to create their own IoT solutions by offering this as a platform as a service. We want to create an ecosystem where a lot of users can work together, because we believe that individual companies cannot offer end-to-end solutions. We need each other to complement our strength and our weakness to build IoT solutions. I think we know that, like Dr. Yung mentioned, there is this value chain that's required. There are 5 technology stacks, which is very important, from sensors, connectivity, middleware, the applications, and of course, throughout, you must have a security. So in our offering, Favorite itself is in the layer 3, where we offer an IoT platform which is developer-friendly. You can develop solutions which is easy to onboard and manage your devices. It's very scalable and multi-tenant. It's easier to create a dashboard and create notifications or alert. We have secured API access to integrate with many systems and many roles of user itself. They have, from normal user to more complex users. So the idea for us is quite simple: is to connect, aggregate, and also visualize. So the platform must be offered in 2 forms. One is also in cloud. We do also on enterprise base, where you can deploy in different countries or even on premise or in private clouds. So we receive our MySTI certificate, which is being endorsed by the government as a local product. So this is how we do it. They can view their own, collect their own data quickly and visualize that using a custom dashboard or the dashboard that we have created by drag and drop the widgets. So you can simplify the whole process. Like just now, our colleague mentioned that you can develop this in days or even in hours. Yeah. If you look at just now, when I mentioned about the IoT middleware, the layer 3, there are different kind of platforms too. So within that kind of platform space, there are 5 different categories. There are platforms which is connectivity management platform that manage the SIM card, for example. IoT device management platform that manage, maybe for example, the over the air. There is application enablement platform that allow developers to create applications, data platform to manage the data, and analytics platform that very focus on creating AI or analytics sort of things. So where Favorite sits in that kind of platform, we actually the AEP, the IoT Application Enablement Platform. So once the user subscribe to the platform, they can have access to all the features within the platform to see how their data, how they can manage the devices, how they can secure the devices, and they can also send a trigger alert and so on and so forth. And they can create their own custom-made dashboard if they want to by dragging and drop the widgets. So it is free to use, but there are also some premium services that we offer to the users themselves. It's now being used by over more than 111 countries around the world. So we create this ecosystem of developers, 9,000 of them around the world. But now we are actually at the phase of having our own partner network. So we are inviting members from Russia and whoever attended this webinar to become part of our ecosystem too. Yeah, we know that we are part of the association, but in business aspect, we want to have a very closer relationship in building business opportunities. So if we are looking at software partners, who will have their own software, maybe AI, for example. We want to look at hardware partners who develop focus on hardware itself. We want to find system integrators that can put pieces together. We want to look at training partner who can do IoT certification. And we're also looking at distributor in different countries. So with that, we have embarked this quite last year. In fact, we have many members. In fact, we also have members from Russia, who's also a member of us that develop the security aspect. I know Kaspersky is there. So we have also our member here in Malaysia who is also working towards on the hardware portion. So there are many solutions that we can build. We have done on smart city. They need a smart city IoT platform. This platform can be used for aggregating multiple services and integrate into a single platform to have a single dashboard on their command center. So we did some mini weather station for them to collect data for some dengue prediction, outbreak, ammonia gas monitoring for safety, power monitoring for universities, indoor environmental solutions for museums. All of this together is not that we do it alone. We work together with our partners. And one of our partners we present also from Create Pakma is also one of our partners. So education is one of the key areas that we are looking at. We know that with new technologies, there must be talents out there. So we are lack of talents here in the industry who can build IoT solutions. So now we are offering IoT certifications with the universities. So embed that in their IoT syllabus. We have a platform that being used for for teaching and also learning and for their final year projects. This is what we have done. So I think that's my last word. I think I would like to invite our member here to join us in a Favorite partner network so that we can build our solutions together. We can do cross-marketing, cross-selling together, and we can, find business opportunity in different countries. Our target for this year in 2025, Favorite would like to partner with 25 countries. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mazlan. So look forward, for more collaboration across. Just a brief housekeeping. Maybe we'll keep it as 5 minutes as all. 5 minutes per speaker, so that we will have maybe some time left for Q&A. If you have any question, do type it at the chat, and then we will try to pick it up. One of the speakers. To answer that. Okay. So our next speakers will be, I'd like to invite our Honorary Secretary, Cici Lee, from Axiom Tech. Over to you, Cici.
Oh, hello. Salam sejahtera. Very good morning and good afternoon. Hello, how are you? How are you today? So
Good.
I know this Russia is in the morning, right? Yeah. So I'm just watching. So many of them just keep coming in. So maybe they've just woke out. So Russian sleep a bit late. So okay, John. Before I start this, I share my presentation. Maybe you want to give way to Danish.
Yeah, Danish. Yeah, that's fine. Danish, are you there, Danish? I think he has to rush something. Maybe
yeah, I know he's rushing to something. Maybe
okay.
I should
Yes.
to give way.
Well, okay, I'm okay.
Thank you, CC. Thank you.
Go ahead. I will just connect back later.
Okay, thank you, sir.
We'll come back to you, CC Shaw, after this. Yeah, go ahead, Danish. All yours. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I just want to say, if you all can hear me very clearly,
yes.
Just want to say good morning and also good afternoon to all fellow delegates here today. As you know, myself, I'm Danish here. I'm representing Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation, MDEC. It's one of the oldest digital economy association organizations, government agencies in Malaysia. It was set up with the intent to drive the ICT industry, but of course it has evolved from close to over 28 years. So I'll share a bit about what's going on, what we hope to see, and it's very interesting to see the collaboration, right, between MyIoTA, which is one of the robust industry associations in Malaysia, working together with the Russian side, right, to do this kind of cross-border collaboration. So we really welcome this kind of initiatives, and hopefully through the digital economy initiatives, we can hopefully support that. So let me take you through this very quickly. Let me share my screen. Okay. Okay. Hope you can see my screen. Okay, I'm just going to take you through a bit about, I will not be coming from a technical perspective. I'll be talking more from the perspective of digital economy. What are we seeing like in Malaysia? What are the possible opportunities for you all to look at? Of course, MyIoT is aware of MDEC activities, and they also participate heavily in that. And that's what I will try to take you through, right, in terms of those kind of initiatives. So, first of all, we talk about Malaysia. For some those who know, good, but just to share a bit about that, we are really smack in the middle within ASEAN, 34.3 million word of population. ASEAN, coming close to 700 million. Physically, I mean, as a location, very strategic, right? Really central to ASEAN. If you think about it, from a cost of doing business, very competitive, also very something just to share. We are signatory to quite a lot of free trade agreements, RCEP-TPP, RCEP, OECD, ASEAN FTAs, not to forget that we are also a partner member of BRICS. So these are all very critical factors that is driving a lot of digital investments into ASEAN, and using Malaysia particularly as a gateway to do this. And we hope by doing that, we actually catalyze more opportunities for the local ecosystem, and also working with foreign parties accordingly. So another key point that I want to share also is about Malaysia. In terms of the population itself, since independence, probably Malaysia and Singapore are the only ones that have a very diverse pool of ethnicity. It's very critical if you are a multinational startup or corporation that requires global talent. You would need this kind of diversity to grow and drive those kind of capabilities moving forward. So that's a bit about that I want to share very quickly. Then we talk about MDEC. MDEC is, as I mentioned, it's been around, since 1996. The intent, a lot is about driving the whole digital economy. One of the key areas, and that the team that is talking to you today is the investment attraction team. That's been around for a very long time. We continue to try to drive that from various facets, and also influencing ministries and respective government agencies with regards to the digital economy. That's what we have been doing quite consistently across the many decades. A bit about how we have transformed. back in 1996, if you're not, for those who are familiar with it, there was Cyberjaya. A lot of transformation has taken place. Now the digital economy has been democratized, particularly with the Malaysia Digital Initiative from 2021 onwards in terms of the acceleration. So that's a bit about that. Okay, 2024. This has been shared with through public news. But just to share some granularity around this. Digital investments. These are basically investors from all over the world that are trying to invest in Malaysia from a digital perspective. Last year was a record year. 163 billion worth of investments have come in, and close to 50,000 jobs created, and close to more than 1,000 digital companies coming in. If you look at the data sets that we have here, data center and cloud, right, or data centers have been the biggest contributor to the investments. And then, of course, the jobs are coming from shared services and outsourcing. And take note that AI, artificial intelligence, is increasing very rapidly. What does this mean, right? IoT players will be having huge opportunities moving forward with the trajectory that is happening, of course, around the world. I mean, the previous presenters have been sharing about the growth rate, and of course in Malaysia. And then just to share on the right-hand side are top 10 countries that have been heavily investing into Malaysia. As you can see, Singapore is a big contributor, plus the domestic and the respective other countries inside. Just a bit of snapshot around that. We have a Malaysia Digital Initiative. So if companies from Russia and etc. are interested to land and leverage our benefits, we have this program called the Malaysia Digital Initiative, which allows them, whether they are startup, multinationals, and etc. This one I will share the slides with the Secretariat of MyIoTA, and then they can share that with your site, and you can then also contact us if you need those kind of info. A bit about the activities related to the digital initiative program. As you can see, IoT is there, but we have many types of activities that we support: AI, cybersecurity, blockchain, and etc. That augments technology businesses that we want to try to attract and increase its footprint here in Malaysia. A bit about the benefits. We have the standard things that certain governments will give: tax breaks, grants, foreign knowledge worker facilitation, freedom of ownership, ability to source of capital under the Malaysia Digital. These are some of the benefits that we offer under the Malaysia Digital Initiative. Just to share, in MDEC, if you were to summarize, MDEC is a huge organization. It has many functions, but if you were to summarize, you would probably say that there are 4 key pillars. One is investment attraction, that's the team that's talking to you here today. Then there's, of course, export. How do we take companies who are domiciled in Malaysia and go to other markets like Indonesia, Philippines, or new markets, Russia, and etc., by forging partnerships. We also have a team that looks at ecosystem and regulatory. That is probably that covers talent, grants, and etc. And lastly, demand. Demands are teams that look at possible demands that will move the digital economy. So here we are showing there are 9 areas. Some of these areas have been running for the last 2 to 3 years. And these are what we are trying to drive opportunities or projects in the digital economy that investors can leverage upon. So a bit about that. These are some of our key promoted activities that are being incentivized: AI, creative media tech, cybersecurity, cloud, robotics, Internet of Things, blockchain, and etc. Just to share with regards to that. We offer tax incentives. I'm not going to go too much into this, but we have for new investors, also existing investors. We cover IP, non-IP, and etc. to support those kind of activities moving forward. This is my last slide. This is basically a snapshot of how are we facilitating companies. All the way from foreign knowledge worker, we talk about ecosystem support. We don't work alone. We work with many partners. MyIoTA is also one of the key partner for us in terms of engagements. We talk about talent development. We talk about how do we take companies and go to other markets. We talk about startup ecosystem. We don't work alone. MDAC offers grants, so we have grants that is available or funding that is available to facilitate investors, whether foreign or local. We influence policies. So we don't create policies. MDAC influences policy because we engage the industry. So we do a lot of those kind of work plus incentive and support. This is my last slide. I've put in, my colleague has joined through online, through another channel. Her name is Ivy. She's part of my team. If you have any further inquiries, we have shared her email and mobile number. You can hook me up on LinkedIn and etc. Happy to engage and discuss further if there's any other opportunities that we can work together and maybe work with MyIoTA members to drive investments in Malaysia. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Danish, for the insightful information from the government perspective. Thank you. I know you have to rush. Thanks again. So we'll keep in touch with you. And for those who are interested, and thanks for the information on investment, exports, and the demand side, information. Thanks. Okay. I'd like to go back to Cecily.
I'm back. Yeah,
Cecily on the floor. Just sorry. We had to jump a little bit. Yeah.
I'm back.
We'll give it to 5 minutes. We all can.
Thank you, Danish. So I don't know whether I can do it in 5 minutes, definitely 30 minutes, maybe. Okay. So maybe I can request all of you open up our cameras.
Okay.
Can we?
Yeah, let's take.
Wow, thank you. Wow, so many. Yeah,
actually, we have about 700 online today. I think it's very
fortunate. 700, John.
Yeah.
So
total, we have Facebook, we have YouTube. I think we have from the China broadcast as well. So we have quite impressive. We are surprised. Yeah.
Oh, our crew.
A couple of guys with hidden cameras.
Yeah.
They're somewhere in like north or on the factory floor. They're not in the offices. That's why they keep the cameras off. That's from Russian side.
Okay. Good morning and a very good afternoon wherever you are. My name is Cecily. I'm representing ExxonTech Malaysia. I'm a secretary of Malaysia IoT Association. Okay, I think just now I've heard so many of the speaker, very great speaker, talking about all IoT stuff. I'm very, I'm very excited, to hear some of them talking. But then the mood is still very COVID time. Don't you think so? You are back to the pandemic time. So I will follow with this thing, with more relaxing kind of slide. I don't know how much time I can finish it. I don't know whether I can finish in time, but then let's see. Yeah. Okay. The system is running a bit short. But just now, thank you, Danish, for sharing some of the info. So I think for Great Russian, maybe it's a time to look at Malaysia as one of the investment point, where I'm going to share a little bit more from here. Then we move on. So, okay, I hope everybody can see my slide, a bit more relaxing kind of slide.
That looks like AI.
Looks like AI. How many of you have visited this city before? Can I see a one?
Well, Natalia did.
Oh, you have visited. I'm expecting none of you, because this is a mixture of Moscow and Kuala Lumpur. So if you have visited that, maybe in the dream. Okay, so joke aside, I will just proceed again. So yeah, from very young time, I know Russian has been a great, they have a great invention. They do exploration, space exploration. They do high-tech defense technologies. These are the thing that Russia is doing. So I was thinking just now, well, we must have a lot of things to learn from Russian. That is the point that I started. But I think there are two things that most Malaysians know. The big brand name, the Kaspersky. Yeah, Kaspersky has been in Malaysia for many, many years. Okay, so I think these are great brand name. At one time, one of the spokesperson from #1 badminton player, Dato' Lee Jong Wei, is one of our great badminton player, was a spokesperson, for this Kaspersky during that time. Yeah. So the second one, which one? This one I need some Russian friends to tell me whether it's true or not. Yandex is another a search engine. You know, it's one of the very famous search engines. So these are key things that I think, you know, somehow Russian is still greater people in this world. Okay, let's move on from here. Of course, today we are talking about IOTAS and MyIoTAS. Yeah, so it's a connection between IOTAS and MyIoTA. So although we are in a different country, yeah, but today, you know, we talk about IoT. IoT talking about connectivity, but in this case, IoT not only talking about sensor connectivity to the machines, to the system, and to the cloud, but more of today. As for today, we connect people from Russia to Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, that's how IoT is being used in this space. Okay, so as far as Malaysia, we are one of the upcoming digital leader in the Southeast Asia. As for you to, I think Ganesh will agree very much with me on this in this statement. You know, it's a very growing digital player in this Southeast Asia. But you know, with this ASEAN chair, you know, Malaysia is one of the ASEAN chair. You know, we are chairing the ASEAN. So you have about 10 countries with almost 700 million people, yeah, about 3 or 4 times the population of maybe Russia, somewhere there. Maybe you can tell me whether it's true or not. So that creates a lot of these kind of opportunities, not so much on business. Maybe as we IoT people, we connect, we want to bring more smarter industry or smarter community, yeah, to this world. So this is where I hope, you know, from now or from today, we are able to move one step ahead to spark up some greater innovation, development, and so on. Yeah, so this is part of that. So allow me to share a little bit about my company, our company. We are ExonTech Malaysia. Of course, ExonTech Malaysia, as some of the Russians know also, yeah. So some of you may heard it from Taiwan, Taipei, yeah. But we are your best AIoT partner, as has been our tagline for many times. But in this IoT association, we are carrying these 3 main pillars. One of them is IoT, of course, industrial IoT. The second one will be the AI, more of a computer vision AI and analytic AI, plus some of these robotics things like autonomous mobile robot. Yeah, these are the 3 key things that we are bringing. Of course, with these 3, it's covered quite a lot, you know, especially for the industry. Okay, very quickly, you know, we do a little bit more in Malaysia, where we have a team of people who do more kind of computer vision stuff, yeah, computer vision stuff, especially on the AI side. So we have an end-to-end from data collection to inferencing kind of deployment unit, where it is good, you know, it's a very good platform for people like system integrators, project implementers, or anything at all, yeah, as long as it's related to this computer vision. You can make use of a platform, where our platform is sitting on the more of a Linux platform, you know, that allow you to do MQTT, RESTful API to the cloud and to anywhere that you want. So these are the areas that we spend a bit more time. Okay, these are some of the use cases and applications that we have developed. You know, some of them, I think, facial recognition to the PPE, to this this one, the third one is very special. You know, we are doing some more kind of modeling, especially on the bubble detection. Yeah, so this one is not hardly seen in some of the vision world, and also some parts recognition, things like that. Yeah, object counting, non-intrusive. Yeah, we have displayed many times doing the non-intrusive data collection from the meters, from the analog meters, and so on. Yeah, and the last one is the PPE with this equipment detection with AI and things like that. These are one of the portions that we've spent a lot more time in the researching this part. So we are opening up to any collaboration, let's say we have, in future. So of course, I want to share a bit more about this. As Exco said, this is a time for us to announce one of our recent initiative where we created a special interest group in the smart manufacturing. Yeah. So what smart manufacturing special interest group do is we have a vision of driving industrial 4.0 adoption across. I want to share a bit more about this. As Exco said, this is the time for us to announce one of our recent initiatives. I'm sorry. Why is that an Exco? It's a kind of an echo. So our first vision. The second vision will be, we want to build a collaboration ecosystem. Okay, that one is maybe from local and also from the overseas, like from Russia. Yeah. So the third one will be the empowering sustainable and competitive manufacturing. Because this part is covering manufacturing. As you know, manufacturing, we talk about 4.0 right now. We are in the transition to the 5.0 and so on. So a lot of these IoTs, AI and things like that, being involved. So we actually encourage, for this part, some locals, members can come forward, to join us in this initiative. Of course, we welcome these partners from Russia, for this time. So, and then that's end of my sharing, and spasibo. Thank you.
Thank you, Sissy, for the insightful information and sharing and cheer up everyone. Okay, next I would like to invite our treasurer, one of the pioneer in IoT, for many, many years. I'd like to invite Mr. Mupama. Mr. Pama, let me share your slide 1 second. Okay, where's your slide? Hold on 1 second.
So guys, I promise one thing, that I'll try to keep it in less than 5 minutes so that we can have more people participating in this. While the slides coming up, as usual, CC was informative and engaging. Thanks, CC. And of course, I know CC for quite some time, and we've been working in a lot of projects before this. Let me quickly go through. I think you guys already made aware what MyIoTA is, what we do, and what kind of service we provide to our members, and what we're trying to achieve. At the moment, I'm the treasurer for Malaysian IoT Association. Besides looking after the money, I'm also taking up the role of engaging with my members who are providing smart city verticals. So likewise, Mr. CC is taking care smart manufacturing, and I'm looking into smart city verticals. So let me just quickly introduce about Create IoT. So we focus on creating an IoT ecosystem. So that's my core business. We focus on creating an IoT ecosystem. We go from the identifying the right sensor that needed. Now, if cannot get the right sensor, we will definitely have a resource internally to design, develop, and manufacture IoT devices. Backed by one of my first founding company that I founded in 2004, where we have the resources, ability to design monitoring devices. So, Sissy, John, next slide, please. So, of course, being on IoT ecosystem, you have to be good in all kind of connectivities. So we keep ourselves updated with any type of new connectivity that comes. We were the early adopters of LoRa. We were the early adopters of Sigfox. And currently, we are investing resources on 5G RedCap. And when you do security, John, you're going a bit faster, John.
Oh, sorry, let me back up.
Okay. So I'm on security now, John. So
Okay.
of course, when we do IoT devices, we take a very high focus on security part, be it on the device part, be it on the transportation layer, or on the user data retention. And we also handle cloud infrastructure for our customer. So next slide. We also handle cloud infrastructure for customers, and we put up we are able to do work with existing cloud platform providers like Favorite, or we can also develop custom platform based on our target customer use case. Next. So the arrow of my slide, something wrong when it's converted to PPT and pass it to John. The arrow is supposed to be showing AI element now. And we're looking into machine learning and also computer vision to process all the data that we collected. Next slide, John. So we not only create IoT ecosystem, we go beyond. We provide support service for the installation of our solutions, setting up, maintenance, or whatever. And we also provide continuous ecosystem development, the software or the mobile apps that we develop. And whichever IoT sensors that we supply comes with a 3 years manufacturer warranty. So this is something very crucial nowadays because you can't have an IoT project try to be implemented an IoT or IR 4.0 ecosystem with an investment ROI of 3 years and a product warranty of 12 months. Doesn't make sense. Your ROI is much longer than your product warranty. So of course, with the inception of AI, we go back to our customer and we use all the data that we have collected from the ecosystems, and we do the ML, machine learning, all kind of things. Next slide. So they are the 8 ecosystem that currently we are strong footing. Public water, like your drinking water, your non-revenue solution, your smart water metering. For industry, I don't do consumer water metering, I do industry, water quality, that kind of things. Sewage treatment, network station, network pumping station, dissolved oxygen monitoring for discharge water, energy consumption for pumping station, STPs, sewage treatment plant monitoring, SCADA interface. Logistic, mostly on ESG, carbon footprint, GPS location, cold storage. Energy, monitoring electricity for your factory buildings. Agriculture, we have a very strong solution on with a partner in Australia for crop to plate monitoring. Computer vision, something that we're exploring very recently, only last 2-3 years. Environment monitoring can be outdoor, mostly for noise pollution for cities, air qualities, environment monitoring. And medical is an easy call. It's basically a nurse call system where you press the button and call the nurse. Indoor air quality for hospitals and indoor asset tracking for hospitals. I'll stop here. I don't want to go to individual of these. It will take another couple of hours for me to finish. So this is what we are doing. And as I mentioned earlier, we're an ecosystem developer. We don't go to the end customers. We don't market our products. We sell to B2B or B2SI. And then SI will do the delivery and growth, sales of our product. So our job is to develop an ecosystem and to market our ecosystem to our stakeholders. The delivery will be done by the SI that already domain player in that particular vertical in the particular sector. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pama, for the short and sweet and a lot of projects here he has done. So, let's keep contact with him. Okay. I think that's from the Malaysian side. Andre, if it's okay, I think we have Tan Sri. Tan Sri is one of our senior partners here in our ecosystem. He likes to say a few words, so we say 2-3 minutes. So Tan Sri.
Of course.
Yeah, the floor is yours if you can do a quick one. Yeah. Maybe your camera is off. Yeah. Tan Sri, your camera. Yeah. Okay, you're on. Yeah. Go ahead, Tan Sri, maybe a short one, just brief one. Your mic.
I'm in Indonesia now, and you see my connection is not very stable. I'm here for running a workshop here. But I feel close. My heart is close to MyIoTA for a long time, and my heart is also close to Russia, especially once it comes to Moscow. Before I arrived in Malaysia, end of '99, I was responsible for mobile networks in Siemens globally. And so I was the first to set up a 2G mobile network in Moscow in those days, '95. So since
Great.
then,
Great.
I want to speak to you if possible. Yeah. So what has been developed, and I think from Siemens it went into the hands of Nokia because Nokia took over Siemens. So I consider myself and my friends as a global expert in digital transformation for more than 30 years. It's true, 30 years. So I want to make use of this expertise now for a project, research project in Utah, University Tunku Abdul Rahman in Zunga.
The line not so good.
The line's off.
Tan Sri, are you still there?
Okay.
I think the line is not so good in Indonesia.
Well, you're supposed to have a 5G.
5G, I think he's in Indonesia. Okay,
Well,
I think the maybe the line is not so good. Maybe we will go. Okay, yeah, he's back. Okay, quick one, Tan Sri, maybe a short one, just to sum it up. Can you hear us, Tan Sri?
Or the mic
Tan Sri ready?
turned off.
Is the mic?
The mic is muted.
Oh, muted. Oh, yeah. Tan Sri, your mic is muted. Your mic.
Now it's okay, huh?
Oh,
so,
okay.
how much did you hear from me?
Okay, now it's good. Yeah, maybe a quick one, Tan Sri, in the interest of time. Yep.
You mean you haven't heard anything before?
You were at the research or something, yeah, just now.
Yeah, the research project is about how to make more SMEs in Malaysia globally competitive. So it's a very important factor, and not many people understand what it really means because their mindset is not really global. So my question is now, how does SME work and set up data management platforms in Russia to make themselves globally competitive?
Well, I can quickly answer to your question. We have a course, we have a vector of what we call the импортозамещение. In English, it would be, it translated very straightforward, to replace, to substitute all the foreign platforms and technologies, including IoT, as fast as possible. It really gave a boost to our platforms and sensors and actuators and telecom. So it's basically this vector driving the whole economy now in ICT. I'll do my closer remarks. I have remarks for the end of the meeting when I'll try to put a summary after the presentation of all our Russian companies who's participating today. So let me shift it to the end, okay, if you don't mind.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So Tan Sri, maybe we'll just go to the Russian presentation in interest of time. Thank you for coming to Indonesia.
Yeah.
Okay, Natalia, I think the stage is yours for your Russian companies.
Yes, thank you very much, John. So Natalia Filina is speaking, and I would love to thank all of your presenters for significant, very nice information, put it on the table for today. And I would love to invite to the microphone 4 our companies, and the first one will be a good one. And Denise is here. Denise, you will share on the screen the presentation. Yes,
I will do it.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So hello everyone. It's my honor, and I'm really glad that I have a possibility to present and to introduce our company for you. Let me check full screen. Okay. So Gudvan is a Russian developer and manufacturer of IoT devices. I know that you are familiar with LoRa and Sigfox, and today you will be familiar with a new technology, which is much better so far than LoRa and than Sigfox. They provide the real end-to-end massive IoT ecosystem for real usage and for real cases. It's implemented everywhere across Russia. The company is 10 years old, but our engineers have approximately 30 years of experience in developing of professional radio devices. Based on our technology in Russia, we open national standard for communication, which called Open UNB or Open Ultra Narrow Band. And today we are producing more than 50 different devices. Radio is our passion. The company employs people who actually dedicated their entire lives to professional radio development and radio solutions. For example, our CTO was nominated by IOTAS last year like a chief engineer in IoT field in Russia. And we also participate in slingshot competitions in Asia a couple of years ago and were nominated among one of top 100 deep tech startups along the world. So Good1 ecosystems consist of our IoT protocol and hardware and software. So we are doing from the hardware device to the cloud platform where all data are collected and could be visualized. At the bottom of the screen, you could see different examples of devices which we are producing, and I will be back shortly to them. I believe that you are familiar with the concept how LPWAN systems are working. You need to place the antenna, but there is a little difference with Good1, considering with LoRa and the Sigfox. The higher you place the antenna, the better coverage you will get. We have roaming from the box, and we provide much better distance. So, for example, Moscow City covered with only 50 gateways, and it gives you not only outdoor, but indoor coverage as well. And really, our sensors could send the signals for tens of kilometers, and in some cases, even hundreds of kilometers, depending on terrain, on relief, and on different noise which you have on the air. And of course, everything is collected in our cloud platform. It could be installed locally as well, and have different APIs for integration with third-party solutions, with software, and etc. Few people know, but actually LPWAN technologies were developed in Russia almost 30 years ago. So it's 10 years prior to LoRa and to Sigfox. The first product was a panic button for security, which could be used to call the police if you press it, and you need really reliable and communication channel which allow you to be sure that the police is coming if something happened. And for last 20 years were implemented in Russia and in different ex-USSR countries about 11,000 of base stations which are still in use right now, and about 1 million of these panic buttons which are used every day by different security firms and companies. It's impossible to make a good device without putting your soul and all your experience into it. In addition, you need to have a good understanding of the tasks and business processes of your clients. As a result, our devices do not require any configuration. In considering that LoRa need to implement a huge configuration files, we have zero setup. You just plug it in and it starts to work, even the base station from Good1. Virtually, we are insensitive to jamming and suppression. You know that now Russia, all major cities are covered by suppression systems, anti-drone systems, electronic warfare. So it's a huge jams in air, but Good1 is still work good in such conditions. We have no problems at all. Here is an examples of different scenarios how you could use our devices in everyday life. And in Russia, we are serving big corporate clients like railroads, financial institutions, medicine, productive different plants, factories, and of course, smart cities and agriculture. We implement the biggest project in Russia for Cherkizova. It's the first #1 product of meat, chicken meat and pig meat in Russian market. And we implement a network in 22 different regions in Russia, and it's in place for 5 years, and approximately 100,000 of devices are installed. Basically, it's temperature and humidity, air temperature and humidity, but they also use a lot of other different things, like, for example, silo level. Just want to briefly show you the product catalog. what we offer to the market, you see that it's really a lot of devices. And I have a couple of it with me. Here is two QR codes with contacts. First is my personal, and second is our Telegram channel. I know that Telegram is popular in Malaysia as well as in Russia, so you could subscribe. It has built-in function for translation, so even considering that all materials here are in Russian, you could easily translate it and understand what's happening and see the real implementation of devices across Russia territory. For conclusion, I want to show some devices like it looks in my hands. We can open it and see that it's a big battery installed. It's sufficient for 10 years of work, sending signal every 10 minutes. It could work in extremely hard conditions like minus 40 degrees of Celsius for a couple of years. And the last one, I want to show you the panic button from which everything is started with a nice built-in LED indicator, which just sends a signal that it's pressed for hundreds of kilometers away. We also have a special implementation for police, for army, for soldiers. But if you have any interest in such solution, it's in another presentation. Today we are discussing on the civil implementation of our devices. We're looking for partnership for partners in Malaysia. If you are a system integrator, anybody who involved in real IoT implementation, please contact us and we'll see what we can do together. Thank you very much for attention. Any questions so far?
Thank you, Dennis. I have just chip in with one question, John. I'll just see with one question. One of them is what kind of frequency currently the LP1? Is it a LoRa or Sigfox? Right?
Yeah, it's the same. Unlicensed frequency band. For Malaysia, it would be 914, 926, if I'm not mistaken.
923.
923, okay.
So
in Russia, it's 868.
Yeah,
so
we
the
only get
frequency plan are allocated by country.
Yeah, so but I got 1,000 questions of it. But can I see the Telegram screen again? The screen that is showing the Telegram?
I believe that you will actually have all this presentation, but of course you can.
Okay.
Somebody called me just now.
Mr. Padma,
I'm so sorry.
You can make a screenshot.
Guys. So we will help you to be connected then. Now we have a bit limited time for next presentation. I would love to invite to the microphone Tech, and I know that Andrei maybe will help to present this capacity.
The presenter from Tech, he flew to Arkhangelsk, which is a western northern part of Russia, and he asked me to share the slides. Just let me do it. And I'm familiar with this platform because what it does, it gives you the free trial period. You can connect any device, go to ritech.io and play with it. So what it is, it's IoT cloud platform designed for creating and managing IoT project. It's very easy to use. It's easy for integration for the devices. Also, it's a no-code interface. I'll show you the separate slide for this. So that's what we call the horizontal platform because it has a lot of verticals in it. You can use it for transportation, logistics, assets tracking, for the car or bike sharing, or any kind of delivery, or you can use it in the manufacturing to control your equipment. So basically, horizontally, it fits a lot of vertical integrations. It supports on the inbound interface, it supports MQTT, LoRaWAN, Modbus, and all other industry standard protocols. So it's really easy to integrate. I play with it with my own devices at home, and it's really easy to use. And they provide you support in Telegram if you have a question. Very simple. So what it does, it has a centralized device management. You can use various devices, but connect them in a single logic. It's very important because people spend a lot of time integrating devices, writing separate code to connect the devices. If it's various devices, it's really a nightmare and really hard to manage it, but the platform does the inbound management of the devices very easy. It provides data analysis and visualization within the platform, and also it has an API, a REST API. You can connect your business logics, your backend with the platform very easily. The strongest part of this platform is basically the constructor. You can construct your logic within it. Scalable. Also, it runs on your on-premise solution, so it can be the cloud solution, or you can put the platform in your virtual instance. It's easy. Of course, it's secured. I mean, I don't want to spend time talking about the security here. The focus on no-code editor, it's basically, let me switch it to it. Yeah, it's right here. What it does, it operates the little squares with the logical connectors. If something happens, you can send the signal to another logical block, and you can create. I saw the multiple screen, crazy logical interfaces in their platform, and it's really significant because it has no limit. Also, you can put the data from another platforms and feed it into the platform. For example, you can send certain triggers from your backend or from your time management platform or from your business analytics platform into the IoT platform and mix it within the interface. So it has device management dashboard. It's very interesting. It looks like a device with different things and different fields, and you assign this device signals to the internal logic. Visualization tool, integration API. You can connect ERP, CRM, or BI, BI backend solutions into this platform. It has an event notification system. It can be SMS, it can be Telegram, or it can be email or push triggers to the web application. Of course, they have a mobile application for iOS and for Android devices, and it's flexible. You can put your logo in, you can put different colors. So it's kind of constructor. You can build it yourself. Of course, it has a role-based model and administration tools. You can assign different roles to the people who managing the IoT solution. Like some person can take care of the device provision, another guy can run the logic. And to run the logic, you don't need a special education because it's straightforward. As I said, it's no code interface. And you can have backend designers who program the API to feed the data to and from your backend. Let me stop at the IoT use cases. As I said, it's a horizontal platform with multiple verticals. They actually started with the car sharing. The whole project began with on the rise of the popularity of the car sharing in Moscow and the largest cities. And then they managed to manage the kick sharing, the bike sharing, the boat sharing, all kind of sharing from the box. You subscribe, you open the interface, and a provision and tune up of this platform for your sharing of anything, just takes one day. It's really easy. If it's a standard boxes in your moving devices, standard interfaces, standard MCUs, you can just, do a couple of clicks and feed the data in, press a button and start working. Yeah, and the sharing application on mobile phone, it just opens up. You go to the car with your smartphone, you press a button, the car opens, car starts, you drive, and then it charges you for the for the sharing time. The same with bikes and kick sharing, etc. For the smart home and cities, it's a smart parking, smart lighting, the manhole monitoring system, all kind of, municipal stuff, you can manage it. Because of the region as a sharing platform, of course, they're very strong in smart transportation and logistics. You basically connect your car, your fleet, and it does its job. It's very easy. Of course, it's a climate, water, air, humidity, temperature. It's very interesting that according to the guys, they have a customers with like 300 temperature and humidity sensors, and they have no idea where it is, what it does, but all they see is just, this huge number of sensors in one setting somewhere, probably in warehouse or some other place. They do the telehealth, of course, and they start working with agriculture companies because the machines on the field and all the automation in the warehouses and the storage requires the automation. I believe that was it. And if you need more information, we'll provide all these slides to you guys, so you can come back and revisit it later and see what fits your needs in Malaysia. And I believe this platform very good. And the guys actually, they speak English. That's good, but they have to go to other place. So that's why they asked me to share it with you. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Andrei. And next is the South Gerion. Nikita, please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Nikita Kudinov. I'm glad to introduce South Gerion. Just let me show the presentation. So apart the catchy name of our company, we're the only one member of IoT association that provide primarily expertise in software development. And here our story. We had been established in 2021, and we built a strong cooperation with the flagship university in the south of Russia named Dom State Technical University. For the last years, we executed a bunch of software solutions for our clients that had been based on web technologies, artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision. As well, we grow expertise in embedded development of different analytical system that had to work within IoT models of our clients. For example, such systems are railway weight system or fire alarm with early prediction. And we build in different analytical models that had used artificial intelligence and further analytics. So we're quite flexible to work in different models of cooperation to meet needs and demands of our clients. And most probably, we are capable to do so because we primarily concerned on research and development projects, but as well we're capable to perform a simple system, but our major strength is to figure out non-trivial tasks. And further, I'll show some of such examples. So our first cooperation with association had been concerned on a research project towards noise and echo reduction for the video conference system of one of the major banks in Russia, VTB. So after that project, we became member of association, and here is example of how this noise reduction model capable to reduce abnormal sounds in the streaming audio. So we, as I said earlier, we primarily provide expertise in software development. Nonetheless, we are also eager to develop our own IoT solutions, and here is one of them. So we have built our own system that is concerned to detect slack and also see ahead, 5 seconds ahead, to analyze if the slack is upcoming or no. So such system had been verified in the regional factories. So now we are looking forward to spread that technology across the country, and we're also open for opportunities to deliver that technology to Malaysia. And such system is capable not only to detect slack, but it also can be adapted for any thermal segmentation tasks. So one of the current projects that we're doing now is a technical vision system for one of the Russian manufacturers of the agriculture techniques. So the major demand of the system is to detect technical details and to analyze if it's colored correctly or not. So we try an innovative approach using machine learning and deep learning to analyze point clouds rather than a simple video streaming of the industrial cameras. So as I said earlier, we are majorly concerned on R&D projects, and we understand the great potential of IoT ecosystems that are growing now, and we are ready to work rapidly and quickly with our clients. Just like in 7 days, we can provide the primary analytics and start the project. Whatever you need, we can develop different solutions, even the embedded development for your IoT ecosystems. So just a brief overview. Our company is a part of a larger group of companies, and we're also looking forward to develop GR communications here in our South region, also through association with industrial partners, but also we're looking forward to cooperate on abroad markets, and we're thinking that Malaysian market is providing the great opportunities for our software development. So I'm ready to answer on any questions, and here is the contacts. We can figure out if you need any software development for your IoT ecosystems. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nikita. So I'm very quickly giving the floor to Vladimir and Kaspersky.
All right, colleagues, good morning, good afternoon, and I'm really happy to talk to you about the cybersecurity. Okay, let me do a quick run of my slides and like this. Share.
If you would love, I may display it.
No, don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's roll. Okay, let me know if you can see my full screen slides.
Yeah, it's okay.
Perfect, excellent. All right, so I'm a part of the Kaspersky CSR. So first of all, my name is Vladimir Dashenko. I'm a part of the Kaspersky CSR. This is the first private industrial control system cyber emergency response team. And we are focusing on the security researches around industrial control systems, Internet of Things, industrial Internet of Things, automotive, and other unusual IT solutions. We were and we are the first in the world private commercial CERT organization. Before us, there were only governmental certs, and we are also a CNA. It's a CV numbering authority. That means that basically we can assign CVs for identified vulnerabilities. We do have our own vulnerability research group, who is basically one of the best on the market. We are publishing a lot of interesting information, very useful information for free on our website. So we do have several kinds of reports like APT and financial attacks on industrial organizations, different APT overviews and threat research reports and threat landscape reports. And all these reports are absolutely free, available on our website. But let's talk about the what we have done so far. We do have our team who is studying the security advisories for industrial control systems and IoT and industrial Internet of Things devices, and they try to find different mistakes that were done on purpose or for no reason by vendors when they are assigning the advisories and assigning CVs. So far, we have already processed more than 3,000 advisories and did the corrections for them. That's extremely useful for the customers, for the companies, to understand what is the real security situation around this or another vulnerability. For that, we also provide oval rules, oval definitions, so you can track if that vulnerability exists in your network. And also, as I mentioned, we do have our own vulnerability research group who has found, this is outdated statistics, so it's more than 600 zero-day vulnerabilities already found in different unusual devices and solutions. So let's talk about the IoT, as we are talking about IoT today and the industrial Internet of Things. So we are talking about different tiny little things, right? Industrial Internet of Things, but usually, and right now you can see on the streets, IoT is not only about small things, it's all about, for example, cars. A modern car, a modern vehicle is basically Internet of Things device. So it is connected to the cloud. It sends a lot of statistics and information to the cloud, sharing information. And the telemetry data is being transferred from one way to another. And we did the vulnerability research of one major car provider, and we have found a set of vulnerabilities. So as you can see on the slide, we have found 32 zero-day vulnerabilities that allowed us to execute a code, basically do a remote code execution on a vehicle. What does it mean? That means basically that all of these devices were affected by different vulnerabilities, and the attack vector can be local or remote. To do that kind of attacks, the attacker needs only to know information about the SIM card installed in the car, and sending only 5 SMS messages, 5 text messages allows attacker to execute the code on the car. What does it mean? The car can be stopped, the car can be damaged, so there can be different kinds of consequences. And if you have seen the movie Die Hard 4, basically there was a cyber attack scenario, and in our case, it's not like only a Hollywood movie. It could be a real thing, and it's just a matter of time. So from my point of view, I encourage all of you to think about the cybersecurity of industrial Internet of Things and IoT in general. Do the vulnerability research, do the security research of your devices. And if you are a manufacturer owner or an asset owner, please think about how to track vulnerabilities in your networks, how to understand what is the state of the security of your devices, and please visit our website. We do have all the information on it. We have all free reports available on our website. So I think I'm done for 5 minutes, hopefully.
Very well done, Vladimir. Thank you so much.
Thank you very
so
much.
Quickly, I may thank all our speakers from both sides, and I may tell that all slides will be shared and all contacts will be provided to you. So I'm giving the floor to John and Andre for closing remark, I think.
Okay, thank you, Natalia, for doing the introduction of all the Russian companies. Will be very tough for me on the names and so on. So I think the closing will invite Andre and then James. Then I will just do the final closing up. Then for that. So Andre, the floor is yours. Yeah.
Thank you very much. As we went through the session, first of all, I'd like to thank John and Natalia, and then also Andrei Suvorov, who is in Malaysia, for the help to organize this very interesting event. I have very few notes regarding the presentation and things, so let me just share it with you quickly. First, about the market. Let's talk about Russia. Our weak point is the small size of the market. We have 140 million people all across 11 time zones.
Andre, sorry, are you sharing the slide or your slide's not?
No. It's just
sorry.
notes. It's just notes from the meeting.
Okay.
On the west, the majority of the people toward east. There are some guys in the middle of nowhere, but geographically, the east is closer to Malaysia. Okay, a few words about the overall ICT situation. The strongest high-tech industries in Russia are financial and banking and governmental digital services. And to echo Natalia's speech about the market, the most developed sectors are manufacturing, transportation, logistics, including online delivery. Everything is delivered online. You can purchase anything, food, things, stuff, I don't know, pet food. It will be delivered at the same day with no problem to your door. Also, you may know that there are 3 countries in the world with its own digital platforms. It is USA, China, and Russia. I'm talking about Google, Yandex, Baidu. So it's a highly developed market here, but it's not yet very much powerful at the level of the factory floor. Let me put it like this: in the real world. So we have a market growth in place. However, different sectors grow in various speeds. It's back to Natalia's presentation. For instance, transportation and manufacturing keep growing at a faster pace. Other things are still very low developed, such as telemedicine, because you need to obtain a special license for the IoT device if it controls the health of the patient. It's a really nightmare to get such a permit. Building and construction is on decline because of high number of bank credit. It's 21% now at the central bank. It's crazy. It just kills the business. Coal market is in stagnation. Gas pumping on decline because of the sanctions of Gazprom, significant losses. But it means that we will see, and we expect the huge growth in small and medium enterprise sectors, because people and businesses need to survive, and they have to eat and do their daily things, no matter how heavy the economical crisis and the sanctions are. As a result of our today's session, it was a great presentation. Thank you very much. We knew very little about the Malaysian market. Now we have a better picture, and I see the many areas of collaboration. Of course, it will take some time to process here today's data and information, and we'll keep the friendly connection with MyIoTA. I suggest the next step is to, well, first of all, we'll share all the materials, of course, right? But what I suggest is the next step to share the solution matrix, like horizontals and verticals, and fill it in with real solutions of our members. It will give us the overall picture where there is a potential. For example, I can see already the demand of Goodman LP1 solution today's right during the meeting, and I'm sure there are cases, there are solutions in Russia which may be really interesting for our partners in Malaysia. So it's not yet the marketplace between two countries, but let's move forward, and this is a good start to search for the real collaboration between the companies in two countries. Thank you very much. James, back to you.
Thank you, Andrea. James, you want to add a little bit more on the closing?
Yeah, thank you for everyone, especially those that have stayed back. I think in Malaysia is already off the official work hours, and I think it's probably lunchtime in Russia. Thanks for everyone and stay back. A big thank you to Andre and then the team from IOTAS, and also both Natalia and John for moderating the session. So last but not least, I think this is a good start for both association to look at various collaboration. I do see a lot of activities or events we can continue to collaborate on. Let's keep the information sharing between both sides. And then it's a good, I mean, this is a good time we can actually grow the ecosystem, not only in Malaysia, but also in other parts of the world. So last but not least, would like to wish those celebrating the Muslim New Year or Hari Raya in Malaysia, right? Selamat Hari Raya, and drive safely when you go back to your hometowns. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
John,
James.
back to you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Andrea. You know, I think we are a little bit over 40 minutes. I think maybe the next time we need 3-4 hours. I think there's a lot information that we can exchange, learn, and then to see how we can connect and collaborate and create something, you know, across the border. I think with that, I'd like to thank you, all the speakers, the guests, and all the attendees, and all our ecosystem partners. You know, I think today I just look at the number of viewers that are joining in is about 600-700, which is quite a lot more than what I expected. So I'd like to thank IOTAS and MyIoTA, you know, and the partners again, you know, for their support to make this possible. I think it's very engaging and insightful session. So with that, thank you everyone and have a good evening. Yep.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Super.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
See
Bye-bye.
you.